Oh, this is great. This is great. Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani and Mike Lindell, and who's the other one? There's one other. Lynn Wood, Sidney Powell. I don't remember, but these people have been going hardcore, all in, 100% down the path of stop the steal, the election's a conspiracy, Trump really won, Biden stole it, and all that stuff. Well, Dominion Voting decided we've had enough of this. Now, they either sued One American News Network or Newsmax, and they threatened a lawsuit of Fox, and so they're suing anybody and everybody who's making these claims because the claims are not true. Now, I don't think you should have private companies involved in a public election, but they are there. So I would change that and not have them in there, but they are in there, and they feel as if this is total defamation and libel and slander, and they're ruining our prospects at having a business model going forward, so they're suing people left and right. Well, guess what? Here's what we just learned. U.S. District Court D.C. Judge Carl Nichols today denied a motion by Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and Mike Lindell to dismiss 2020 election defamation suit filed against them by Dominion Voting Systems. So, in other words, the defamation suit can proceed. Do you know how insane the claims have to be for a defamation suit to proceed? The United States is notorious for having lax speech laws. By the way, correctly, I like that. I prefer that. I'm a First Amendment bro. I'm a free speech absolutist. So for the judge to look at this and say, I'm not dismissing this. This is legit. Like, there's a real case here. That says a lot about how much these people were full of shit and were wrong and were arguably malicious. So some of the theories are that, Dominion Voting was controlled by Venezuela and they flipped the vote count in certain states. These people really believe that Maduro swung a U.S. election to get his ally Biden in there. Hilarious. Who can even be dumb enough to think that Biden is Maduro's ally? Who could be that dumb? It's hard for me to wrap my mind around anybody being that dumb. But there are some people out there, so that's one of the claims they made. I love the Mike Lindell thing where he claimed that he had proof that it was flipped in this county. They went and talked to the head of the election in that county, and they were like, we're not even connected to the internet. And the claim was that China hacked the voting machines, but they're not even on the internet. How could China have hacked the voting machines? It makes no sense. Now, I left the best fact for last for you guys. You're going to love this. So, defamation case proceeds, which means there is a case there, which means even with our lax laws on free speech, a judge is like, there might be merit here, and you may have somehow broken the law by defaming this company. The judge who made the decision is a Trump-appointed judge. So if anything, if he were biased, he would be inclined to be on the side of Trump and act in a way where perhaps he already dismisses this case. But no, he didn't. He sided with Dominion Voting Systems because he said what they argued was just that egregious and it may be defamatory. Now, ultimately, I don't think that they're going to be found guilty. I don't think Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and Mike Lindell are going to be found guilty. But the argument they're going to have to make is the same one that Tucker Carlson used in court and the same one that Rachel Maddow used in court, which is like, this isn't literal. This is really hyperbolic. No reasonable person would think this is factually correct. And you're allowed to, basically, the argument is like right to lie. There's like a right to lie or a right to be egregiously, preposterously wrong or a right to use hyperbole. That's going to be the argument that they have to make. And I think when they make that argument, it'll work. But I think it says a lot in and of itself that the election conspiracy theories were so insane and so ludicrous that even a Trump-appointed judge was like, sorry, guys, Dominion is correct, and you really are defaming them. Or at least there's a case to be heard here. This can proceed in court. So Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and Mike Lindell, they're absolutely insane. And now it's sort of backed up by a U.S. District Court D.C. judge appointed by Donald Trump.